Get out of here and leave my beer alone.
Well,
Get the fuck out.
I'm gonna smoke a cigarette and I want to have a conversation with you.
No, Ted, you don't have conversation.
Okay. I was just gonna talk to you about what an incel.
No, I don't want the bullshit. 4 in the morning.
Okay, you don't think that John Berg
I don't
bribed?
care about him. I don't live in.
All right, I know. Just listen to me. Listen out to me.
No, I don't want that bullshit.
You don't think that Norm Miller had incel tendencies? Nolan Borders was actually supposed to be John Berg's first victim of setup for an incel inside of the police unions for him being military connected and the immunity to my dad. And then later on, they trained Troy Gaynor so they could both get out of an incel investigation that John Berg was conducting using his own religion and prosecution bar license in office. Because a lot of that with when I stole that CD player comes into Norm Miller admitting to my father that he was going to kill him and you being there and him asking you if that's what you want and you saying yes,
Oh,
which
that's
means that
stupid.
Norm Miller would have the actual tendencies.
Oh, Ted, that makes no sense, and I'll stop you.
I'm just wondering that
No,
in marriage,
shut up. No.
well, a lot like Timothy McVeigh, who has governmental rage.
Oh,
And the reason you don't want girls to be with me or me to have friends like Addie, Keith, and Ricky Gray, who got accused of being an incel, you want me to not have anybody and he doesn't want me to. So that way I look like I'm the incel of the family.
you
And
had
that,
a girl. Shut up. You had a girlfriend, Penny. You drank so damn much she couldn't handle it.
yeah, same as with Kaylee Cooper, too.
Yeah, well, it's your fucking drinking, so and
Okay, but through your marriage, through the financial abuse, and Ricky Gray as an incel, with Keith and his mom convincing him that this will work to make me one, saying that he was financially abused. And what I talk about is disgusting because Chris Peterman doesn't want to argue it in court, and he's good family friends with the Grays. Do you think that Norm Miller decided to use the conservatorship company to hide his incel sexual tendencies, that he actually could not have sex with certain people, fantasized about contracts having sex with each other, like Katie Pancratz has a nice ass, like he used to say all the time, because that's a fantasy he had as an incel police officer?
Oh, that's so stupid.
And through that, you liked him. You liked the other cops setting up other cops for that because you were an incel yourself, even though you were married. You knew that you were always going to keep yourself one for that car hit and then use Susan Bonamici and her age to say you were getting elderly abused just like her and her husband when her husband was set up on the Junkway hit to set up Janine Martwick and Levi Gaiman for arrest for the military abuse.
Shut up and get the hell out of my bedroom.
I was just wondering because
No.
because that guy over there with his 300-pound daughter and that fucking bitch who tried killing me when I had that seizure and drowning,
No.
she would be an incel like you, but married, but hidden within a family, trying to hide the fact that she secretly has involuntary celibate tendencies and she really likes the thought of having power over people.
Oh, get out of. You make no friggin' sense.
Okay.
I mean, none. Just shows how crazy you are.
I know. I just felt like I was going to talk to you about some of
No,
this
you
personally.
don't talk anything intelligent. You talk crazy crap.
Oh, well, I was just wondering about your involuntary celibate
Shut
cell
up. I'm sick of
tendencies.
this mouth of yours going off. This is the fourth.
Bob Edgar, he proves that you're not an incel, right, Mom?
Shut up. I'm trying to watch TV.
Okay.
Then go in your room.
All right. But I think the neighbor lady is a lot like you. And inside of her marriage, she became hateful because her daughter could never give her a kid and she was never going to be a grandmother, which caused an incel
daughter
tendency
has
inside
a
of her
daughter.
own family.
No, her daughter has a kid.
Oh, the fat one?
What the hell said to you?
Okay, good. Well, then why the fuck is that lady like that? Because the only thing I could think about that is you have a reason to be an incel. I was never going to have a kid. You were the one who tried to rape me for that, and that's why you had me drugged because you thought it was
That's
fucking
so
funny.
fucking
Now,
stupid.
you have a reason of being an incel. Why is that fat bitch trying to kill me and act like you?
She's not trying nothing. You don't even know it.
Okay.